Hey everybody, this is Dharma. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, potentially Venus. This is a general message. Not every message will resonate with every Scorpio, and not every message within the message will resonate with every Scorpio. Take what you need, leave the rest. Time is fluid. That means that although intentions have been set for recent past, current, and near future, however much healing work you've done on yourself in the shadows is wherever you will find yourself on the timeline. Timelines are speeding up. Energy is fluid. We all hold masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, as does the universe and the divine. When I read the energy from the card, that is simply how the energy is operating in that position in that moment. Masculine energy is direct and active. Feminine energy is receptive and passive. We do not other anyone here based on gender, creed, ethnicity, lack thereof. Let's get started. Guides, ancestors, holy guardian angels, most high God, thank you so much for the many blessings you deliver daily, moment by moment, even into. I ask you to preside over this reading. Give us only clear and concise messages for the greatest and highest good for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you so much. It is done. So I was just reminded, watching another video about lack mindset. We have to be thankful for what you have. Well, you don't have to. You're free to do anything you want. It's good to be thankful for what you have. If you don't think you have anything to be thankful for, think again. Find something, no matter how small. Thank you to my hands for doing the things I asked you to do. Thank you for my shelter. Thank you for the food I had today, etc., etc. Thank you for sleep. Thank you for breath in my body. That leads to an abundance mindset, which leads to abundance. Please and thank you. Can I get a message for the current energy or the energy that Scorpio is dealing with? Oh yes, these energies may be you, may be someone around you. Take it as it resonates. You see something in someone else, please look deep inside and see if that energy is within you too. Someone is not having a transformation. They're resisting a transformation. This does not have to be a physical transformation. Most of the time it is not. Most of the time it is a deep soul, spiritual transformation. The issue is they're battering different. When we resist transformation that's bound to happen anyway, it often becomes more difficult and more painful for our minds to accept. So try to lean into it. If this is you, because it's going to take you to the next level of your awareness, of your conscious contact with yourself, your higher power, however you perceive the divine. Thank you so much. Someone's taking stock of the seeds they've planted, how they've spent their time, energy, money, other resources, brain power, activities, and they're not too pleased with the fruit it's born. There's a past King of Wands. Someone is in control of their passions. They're utilizing them to their highest and greatest good, potentially for the highest and greatest good of those around them. That is a direct, active energy, so they're doing something with those passions. Speaking more about feminine and masculine energies, my speaking is a masculine energy, your listening is a feminine energy. Speaking is active and direct, feminine is passive and receptive. In the subconscious, please and thank you. Subconscious, please and thank you. Not making an offer, not offering an apology. An insincere offer, an insincere apology. Pages represent children, but it could just be innocence, the innocence of a childlike nature, not childish. It could be childish. Perhaps someone's making someone a childish offer or thinking about it. This is in the subconscious. Perhaps they've received a childish offer. We need to bring this energy into the consciousness, into the light, so that we can examine it with the help of our highest power, decide how to address it, or if to simply let it go. Consciousness, please and thank you. The Hierophant tradition, someone in contact with, in direct contact with the divine, explaining it. He's explaining it to the two that are standing before him. At his feet are the keys of the kingdom. You can look that up in the Bible or online. I highly recommend the Ethiopian Bible, since it contains things that explain things about church lore that aren't actually in the canonized Bible. I don't know what the Council of Nicaea thought they were doing, excluding so many books. But they told on themselves. They left in the part that said not to add to or exclude from the word, but then they excluded so much from the word. Near future, somebody stable, solid. It could be holding on too tightly to something. It could be a little bit greedy, a little bit black mindset. They've got a pentacle covering their crown chakra, one covering their heart chakra. They've got their 2 feet firmly planted. Could be on the ground, and that's a good thing, but we need to be able to let ourselves dream and envision things beyond the material world, or even expansion of material world, to include things that we may not have experienced or thought of before. holding on too tightly to stability, kind of hard to go get something else. 4 also represents the human. It's not a bad thing, but there's more to life than just us. Kind of the difference between justice and just us. Very rarely, if ever, have I seen things that we wish on others, good, bad, or indifferent, return to us in some manner. Environmental influences. Environmental influences, please and thank you. If you are a sign of a fucus, you can view this reading in the Sag reading whenever it's up. You'll find yourself in there somewhere. I've considered doing readings for a fucus, but I'm not going to. If I feel led at other times, then I will. Someone who's self-sufficient and an abundance mindset, they have everything they need. I won't say this person's never experienced struggle, or may not even be not experiencing struggle, but they are in an abundance mindset and they're not worried about it. In other words, they're not struggling with struggle. Someone is working on something. They're working on perhaps developing self, developing a craft, developing a spirituality, as above, so below. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Hopes and fears. Sometimes, Scorpio, sometimes we have to lose something to appreciate things that we have. Sometimes it's something small that means a lot to us, and sometimes it's something major, but we are still reminded that we have blessings left. Hopes and fears, please and thank you. That's way too many. Hopes and fears. You may hear my fur baby scratching in his little bed back here. It's soft. It's just an evolutionary instinct left over. That's way too many. I'll take the first two. Thank you so much. Hopes and fears. Yeah, somebody's in that black mindset. They're afraid they're going to lose it all. They'll never get everything they wanted. And maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes if we get everything we want, we become spoiled, complacent, despotic. Something's not coming in, or it seems to be coming very slowly. Perhaps someone feels like if these messages, yeah, 8 of Wands represent messages. But I guess in general, just passion. But seems to be if they're not coming in, that they feel like it's going to somehow threaten their abundance. Personal influence. You're under the wheel. You can choose to be on top of the wheel by focusing on what divine wants you to focus on. Getting out of your lack mindset. I may clarify that in a moment. Potential outcome. Or perhaps we just have karmic debts to pay and we have to pay them. And we don't have to do it gladly, but the less resentment we have, the quicker they are paid. Potential outcome. Thank you so much. A hasty action that yields to sleepless nights, the never-ending nightmare, a worry. All of those swords are thoughts keeping you up. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this hadn't happened? What if it might happen? So if you're going to be up at night, you might as well get grateful and say, what if the best outcome happens? What if the divine has a plan for me that's better than what I planned? Clarify this wheel of fortune reverse, please. Thank you so much. Yep. They're asking you to lead with love for yourself. That means forgiveness for yourself, for others, and to realize that strength is gaining strength over our inner beast and not trying to control. When we realize, when we realize how difficult it can be to control self, then we realize we really have no business trying to control others. Words of advice? Words of advice, please and thank you. Yeah, they're saying you know all you need to know. Anything else? Words of advice. On the shelf, the tower. Let it fall. It's been built on a faulty foundation. Don't try to resist it. Let it fall so that you can rebuild on a firm foundation. Faulty foundation lies, deceit, whether it's self, others, or both, or it's something that's been neglected. Let it fall so you can rebuild something solid and maintain it if it's what you wish to have. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess, sitting between the pillars of mercy and severity. It's beautiful. I'll get some archetype cards for you to see what archetypes might be in the shadows you can work with. Please and thank you. Can I get some archetypal energies that may be in the shadows for Scorpios to work with as they move through these energies? Thank you so much. Engineer in the shadow, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. You have to consider people's feelings in the words, not just your own, while trying to engineer an outcome. In fact, it's probably best not to affect yourself. Dilettante in the lights and the arts without having to be a professional alerts you to the dangers of becoming superficial in your pursuit. Superficial means shallow. Warrior in the reverse, in the shadow, fighting ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. That goes good with the engineering reverse card. They're asking you to really look at that. Anything else? Anything else? Child, orphan, and the like. Independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. That's beautiful, Scorpio. You've got this, and God's got you. Thanks so much for joining.